What to do, beloved? Hitting you back with another one. Verse number 16, chapter 10, book of Matthew. Getting right into it. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents, and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not that ye speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. Now, this is a pretty large portion, right? Paragraph, right? So I'm gonna pause right there. All right. I'm gonna start getting into it. This is a heavy little segment of a chapter of the books, right, of the Bible. For me specifically, this is something that I've gotten a lot out of, right? This specific portion. So let me do my best to get you to the same point, right? Get you the same things I got out of it, right? Let me do the best to ferment the things that I got out of it verbally, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. Behold, right? In 16, he's sending you us all, right? We're the sheep, right? He's talking to the apostles, but he's also talking to us, right? We're the sheep. And he's sending us out in the midst of the wolves, right? We're surrounded on all sides by the demons, by the world, right? By the evil and sin that has corrupted his creation. So, interesting thing that he says is, be wise as serpents. Interesting. Serpents, you don't normally think of as that wise. And honestly, I don't know enough about snakes to really know if they're smart or not. But if Jesus is saying they are, right? And it is also the animal that the devil took the form of, took the shape of, or possessed. I'm not entirely sure how that goes or the full implications of it, but it is the image that the devil, Satan, chose to come and tempt Eve, right? So, interesting, right? There's also a theory out there that the OG serpents were lizard people, right? And that's why God cursed them to crawl on their belly forever, right? That they used to actually be lizard people, but then they were cursed, right? So I don't know. Maybe that's the serpents he's talking about. Either way, I think that's pretty interesting that he says wise as serpents when he could have said like wise as an owl or literally anything else. But he did choose serpents. So that is interesting, right? And harmless as doves. Harmless as doves, hey bro. Yeah, doves, right? That's the image that God chose to descend upon Jesus, the Spirit. That's the image that the Holy Spirit chose to descend upon Jesus at his baptism, right? So the two, that's interesting. So the two different images that the two different beings of good and evil chose, right? as their icons, right? Or, that's interesting, right? So, yes, keep going. Beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. Interesting verbiage and use of words. The synagogues. But councils, right? So men are going to be out there. They're going to be coming after you, right? And it's not, he's not saying Gentiles or Jews, right? He's saying men, right? All men, right? They ain't a single race, ethnicity, creed that isn't even your own people, bruh, are going to come after you, right? That's why I think it says beware of men. Even the people in your community, even the people in your church, right? Even the people in your family, right? Will come after you, will deliver you up to the councils. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my name's sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles, right? So, yeah, I mean, we can see a lot of that in history, right? Where the people of different churches throughout time, the different prophets, the different apostles, right? Throughout time get brought before the kings, brought before the governors, and they have to make a testimony. They have to tell them why they believe in Christ, right? And I mean, in a way, it's witnessing, and in a way, it's a forceful. Hey, bro. In a way, I think that's the best ministry to be in, right? The one that gets taken directly to the seats of power and forced under pressure to give a testimony of God, right? That's interesting. That's interesting. No one, I don't know, there ain't nobody out there doing that nowadays, right? Seemingly. Ain't nobody out there doing such good work, making such motion that the governors, the kings, arresting them and making them pull up and be like, explain yourself. What are you doing? What's all this motion you got going, bruh? What are you doing? Why don't I know about it? Is there something here I should know? You know? And then, hey, bro, ain't nobody got that much motion anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Something to think about, for sure. But when they deliver you up, and this right here, this verse / next two verses, huge in what I've been doing here, and the way that it's something that I've really tried to implement in my life a lot, and off an outside look, off a non-understanding look, it might just look like unpreparedness or freeballing or just riding by the seat of your pants type of activities, right? But it's not, right? It's this right here, right? But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. And that's what I be trying to do. That's what I be trying to do here. Not making so much of not making any script, right? Because for a while I was out here making a script, trying to read every single line and come up with every single word, right? And I didn't feel like I was able to get it right every time. Where when I ain't, right? When I'm just doing it, praying by it, right? And then doing it and putting God first or giving God the lead, I usually feel like it comes out a lot better than what I could have done if I put hours and days of thought and all that up into it. And maybe there's a certain time for that stuff, right? Obviously, most definitely. But hey, I just been trying to practice this. I practiced the writing and whatnot, right? I got good at it, making the scripts, doing the research. But now I'm just getting good at this, right? Now I'm getting good at putting God first, right? Or at least I'm doing my best to do so, right? And yeah, seeing how it goes. Verse 24, it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And that's pretty sick. I mean, just at the end of the day, right? That's pretty dope that God can speak through you, and you can give him the room, give him the space, right? Give him your body, right? To talk, right? And reach people, because that's one of the big things that most people are, oh, where's God, right? Oh, if God's so great, where is he at, And I mean, dang, bro, I feel like we ain't giving him any room, right? I know for me, I get caught up in my own thing so often. I be forgetting to do stuff that I know I should be doing, right? And I be putting more time into things that ain't really permanent and ain't really something that is as valuable as the time that I can give towards God, right? And yeah, this is the best way that I know how to give my time towards God, at least at the moment. And know with time, it'll probably change, get different opportunities. But at the moment, I feel like this is the best way that I can give God my time, right? Because it's not only helping me, but hopefully, hey, some person out there can also get some help from this stuff, right? Yeah. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father and the child and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. That's what I literally just said, right? But beware of men, right? In verse 17, it says men, all right? Not singling out anyone, because guess what? It can be your own people. It can be your own brother. It can be your own children. That's a scary thought, right? Your own children, your own jits out here putting you up in the chains, locking you up. That's like, dang, bro. I want to have kids. I want to do the best I can for them. That's what I'm doing right now, bro. Living the best I can for them. I ain't even around yet. I ain't even a twinkle in my eye. But they still in my heart, So to be doing everything that I'm doing just to have my kids, stab me in the back like that, put me up like that. That'd be a tough life, bro. And hey, who knows, right? Who knows? It could happen. The possibility. God telling me right now, there's a possibility, right? And that's tough. Just always be ready, right? That's why you always live each day like it's your last. Always get your soul right, get your heart right. You're right with God like it's your last, right? I think, hey, bro, I know I need to do that more often, right? Get right with God every day like it's the last day, because you never know if it is or if it isn't. Always live with everyone, always treat everyone, and from that, you always treat everyone like it's the last time you see them, right? Because who knows, maybe they go out, they get shot, they get robbed, right? They get beat to death, right? Who knows? They fall off the dang sidewalk into the road, right? Boom, done. Bus don't stop right away. Boom, done, right? Dang gun range, somebody got that FRT brand new in the dang 9mm pistol, 45 something, right? They ain't able to handle the recoil. Boom. All right, done. Who knows, bro? Choke on a piece of dang steak they ain't cook all the way, bro. Cooked. Done. Over. Bye. Right? So just, from that, just always treat everyone right. Like it's the last time you see them type of activities. Always get right up with them, right? Yeah. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. But yeah, through all that, right? Hey, guess what, bro? Even if my kids turn on me, even if my brother turned my op, right? I ain't gonna, hey, bro, saying this gonna be, you gotta know the weight of what you say, right? A lot of the stuff that we say every day, a lot of stuff that we want, we don't know what we're saying, right? We don't know what we're asking for, right? What we're truly asking for, what we're truly saying, right? But if all that stuff were to happen, brother to the op, jit to the spy, to the snake, right? Hey, bro, Lord help me not forsake him, right? I ain't gonna say I ain't, but Lord help me I don't, activities, words, verbs. I already know verbiage, but yeah, that's all I got today. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for sticking around. Love y'all from the gang. Skadoosh. And ask the Lord to bless you. Amen.